Can you hear me in the back? All right, I won't be yelling through the whole thing. Thank you all for coming. This is a grand turnout. I'm very tickled. I'm seeing a lot of faces that I know from town, and it's like old home week here. It's really kind of nice. But I want to start by apologizing to Madison in general. In my zeal to get this passion that I had for this book out in the introduction, I talked about an experience I had back here in the 80s, seeing, without knowing anything about it, Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time. And in my zeal to get all this out, I took the Esquire Theater, renamed it the Empire, and moved it over to King Street. And it somehow got through all of the editors, copy editor, the fact checker, and so I foobarred. I screwed it up, and I apologize. And it's fixed in the second printing, so enough apologies. I savagely botched it, but I still feel very welcome here in Madison. I spent the afternoon on State Street. You know, I was here in the early 80s to go to graduate school, and then I was working at the WHA, the TV station, for a few years. And for those of you who are too young to remember it then, it hasn't changed a whole lot. I did the whole tour from up at the Capitol all the way down, did sort of the culinary tour at lunchtime, and so I'll probably be belching Teddywedgers and farting falafel by the time we get through. So the people in the front might be careful, okay? All these memories are flooding back while I'm coming down here. I got one of those university bookstore shopping bags. Does everybody know this? It sort of spins around and hits you in the thigh, and then it spins and it catches your thumb and you can't get it off. It happens every time, and they haven't changed in all that time since I've been here. And, Shakti Books still has that beautiful incense smell, so it kind of smells like a dorm room hash party at all times. And the same guy is still stapling up posters on all the kiosks around town. The exact same guy from when I was here and working at Merlin's, as a matter of fact. And up at the top of the street, the Orpheum Theater's still there. And I'm very glad to see that. That's a really good sign. I was very sad to find out that gone now are the Majestic and the Esquire, and of course the Empire Theater on King Street. And in their place, of course, will rise these cinematic Walmarts out on the outskirts of town, and they will show their little test-marketed, branded products that we all know and love. Okay, I got a question for you. Okay, how many people in this room helped to make Spider-Man one of the top-grossing movies of all time? Show your hands. Don't be shy. Come on now. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, now this is something I found very interesting. I was over at the Union, and I got the Union, the WD film schedule for the fall. And I mean, there's some terrific films in here. We've got Hiroshima Mon Amour, you know this film, a Jacques Tati film, Playtime. We've got All the President's Men, The French Connection, Strawberry and Chocolate, Young Frankenstein, Donnie Darko, Metropolis, a biography of Stan Brakhage, Waiting for Guffman. And what's on the cover of this thing? Spider-Man. Yeah, well, so this speaks volumes, and this is the kind of thing that, after working on Mystery Science Theater for 10 years, and I didn't go to that many movies, I started going back to the theaters, and I saw people lining up at these Googleplexes and picking their movie off of the menu board like they were ordering something at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and filing in and filing out, and nobody really seemed to be entertained. And I thought, what happened to my movies? Somebody has to speak up for the audience. So, all those people who went to see Spider-Man, here's your penance. Go see the movie The Fast Runner when it's in town, okay? I'm not going to tell you anything about it. If you don't know, go see it. That's your penance. You promise?
Promise.
Okay? Write it down. Fast Runner. I'll wait. So, I decided that this great demographic ocean, the audience, had to be represented in film books, because I've read criticism books, I've read films by producers, but I hadn't read anything that really spoke for the audience. And I wanted to explore the alternatives that there are to going to the regular old Googleplex. And I had one hell of a year, and my faith has been in part restored because of what I saw here in this country and around the world. So I was very happy to do it. And for those who have looked at the book, you'll notice that I went to a theater in Quebec and saw a movie in an igloo. That was interesting. I lived for a week on movie theater food, just as sort of a bizarre experiment. I don't recommend that to anyone. Not at all. One of my favorite things, of course, is to smuggle food into the theater. That's the alternative. So as far as I'm concerned, it's always better, it's always cheaper, and it has an extra added flavor of defiance. And I culminated that because, I need some gimmicks. I'm trying to entertain people, sell a book. So I smuggled an entire turkey dinner into the theater on Thanksgiving Day. And I nearly got caught, too. See, that was the frightening part. So I'm going to read a few excerpts. I'll be jumping around a little, so excuse me. I haven't done too many readings yet, so this is sort of like a test audience, and I really appreciate your coming, and I hope that you enjoy the book as much as I did making it, because I had a ball.